Hey guys, yes, welcome to my YouTube channel, Homemade Cooking with Mama Good Vibes. Right, so my family requested for Baguette sandwiches. So right there, I had the rolls, the fried sweet pepper, and some coriander leaves, cheddar cheese there, and I had some lettuce, some cucumbers. Right, so what I did there, as always, when I'm frying, I make sure to put my apron. Sometimes I get lazy, when I'm cooking other things. But when it comes to frying, I make sure, no matter how lazy I'm feeling, to put on an apron, because I've messed a lot of my clothes, when you're frying and oil is popping, and the stains won't go that easily like that. So what I did there was to, that the turkey slices, they are ready to eat. But, food, it becomes boring if it's the same all the time, right? We've had enough of cold slices and all that. So when I started frying like that, say, guys, let's just fry this and see how it tastes with just a little bit of oil. Oh my gosh, everybody started loving back these, So I was putting them in the pan. I was just showing that you can eat. They are ready to use, right? So if we're in a rush, you just use it like that without frying. But the frying bit, if you try it, it makes them taste delicious, more delicious, right? So I was eating with cucumber, right? Like that. Okay, so I was just showing you can just wrap straight from the pack. You can wrap cucumber, lettuce, the sweet peppers still like that, and just enjoy. Home, that's the beauty of homemade cooking. You get to choose what you want to do with the food that you have. If you are in a restaurant or whatever, you just have to do with how they do, what's on the menu most of the times, right? So as my turkey slices were starting to fry, I put them on slightly above medium heat. I just started preparing the other things. I had started already, to save time. Otherwise, this would be like, a bit more of the time that's here. So I was slicing my cucumbers, tomatoes, and I cut the coriander leaves and the sweet peppers. The sweet peppers, you could use them, without even frying them too. They are the smaller ones, the sweet peppers, those red and orange ones, right? So I was just slicing the tomatoes and the cucumbers right there, like that. And then my lettuce, and actually, to begin with, I forgot to say, you just have to wash everything. This the kind of foods, veggies that you eat raw, you really need to wash them, before using them. So that's what I did, and put in that coriander there to drain like that. So my turkey slices were frying like that. If I was in a rush, I would put on high heat. They are ready. All we need is just little crispiness from the oil and the heat, and then it's ready. Yeah, so you look at me. Actually, we had arrived just from worshiping with others. So I was a little hungry. Yeah, like that. So then they were done. They were done like that. So it's not like you want them to cook, really cook, but try them just 2 minutes or so of frying. They are good. And sometimes, if I really want them to be, sometimes my little boy, he doesn't like them when they are on the bread and they're a little bit warm. So I fry them a bit earlier and let them cool like that. So I was just preparing that board for veggies and making sandwiches like that. So just taking them out of the pan. Everybody was waiting, especially my little boy. He loves them. He loves the Baguette sandwiches, I don't know, whatever, however you pronounce. This is home settings, you know. It's not a professional, guys. Remember that. As you subscribe, as you like, as you share, don't forget that this is not a professional page. This is just home settings, right? So allow some home settings errors, things that you just do. You know, when you visit me, it is what it is. You're gonna be cooking like that, you know. If you really want something really professional, there are some professional pages, right? He is just chilling, cooking with some good vibes, but yummy food. The thing is yummy food. If you live, you are living a place where there is yummy food prepared at home with good vibes, right? So one of my favorite spices or mixes, that Reiko that I just added there. I may not have all the other spices, but if I have Reiko Usavi mix, trust me, guys, delicious meal from Mama Good Vibes. For me, that's amazing. That's my all-in-one spice or soup or whatever it is, but it works magic for me, right? So then I did fry my sweet peppers and the coriander leaves. I love coriander leaves. From when I started using coriander leaves, I started using it when I was trying the chicken korma. When I make chicken korma with the sauce, with the ready-made sauce, then I added some coriander leaves. Oh, my family, you know the aroma that comes from the, oh, it's amazing. So I always use it when I'm doing sandwiches, whether it's burger or just with bread. So then I just squeezed some cheese spread. We love that cheese spread, cheddar cheese spread. What happened with that for the family to like that? You know, myself, Mama Good Vibes, I don't eat butter, I don't eat eggs. So then I was like, when I see people spreading butter, it looks, you know, it's like you feel like it was me, but I don't eat the butter. So then I started like looking at what I can use. Then I discovered I could use the cheese spread. And then I introduced it to the family. And since then, I've got butter in the fridge. I always buy butter, but they don't use it that much. Everybody goes for cheese spread. So then I started laying my veggies, like put lettuce. After the cheese spread, I put lettuce, and then I put the cheddar, mild cheddar cheese, and then the turkey slices that I fried, right? So they were big, so I wanted it to be really meaty, you know what I mean? And so I didn't cut it. If you didn't have enough, or if you wanted less meat, you could cut and just use, you know. But I was just folding in half, so it's really nice and meaty, right? And then I added the cucumbers there, as you can see. The way I am at is we find mostly the baby cucumbers, right? They're no more those long cucumbers. If you get them, they are a bit expensive in our commissary there, right? So I always use the baby cucumbers. And then then I put tomatoes like that, some tomatoes, then getting a plate to set this for Daddy. This was for Daddy Good Vibes. I was gonna do for everybody, but because for the sake of this video, I always save my husband anyway, homemade settings. So what I'm adding now is the fried sweet peppers and the coriander leaves. Guys, the coriander, amazing, right? So I added that last, and then my burger was done. Look at that. It was looking amazing. It was looking amazing. To be honest, I wanted to have a bite. I was actually hungry. Like I said, we had just arrived from worshiping with others, right? So Yes, so that was ready. And then in the morning, before we went, we had cut some fruits, you know, just to prepare them and make them just chill in the fridge. So then I saved for lunch. Normally, I love saving the fruits and adding that Emily cream, but I realized I forgot to buy. But still, like that, there were mangoes there, some grapes, and strawberries. The mangoes this time that we get here, they are so sweet. So it was really nice, even without the cream. Really, really nice, you know. So yes, that was it. That was the meal for the burger sandwich and some fruits. That's what I saved for lunch. It was really awesome.